Can I ask you, one of the stories we talked about today, which I found fascinating, was there's all sorts of reporting and guesswork on what happened to your grandfather's ashes. But the definitive story is that after that open casket funeral, I think about 20 or so people attended. There was a cremation that they were invited to be part of as well, and then the scattering of ashes. And something I didn't know was that you had allowed those guests to actually be a part of it. You handed the ashes around, and many of them took some for their own purposes. Do you know what some of them did with the ashes?
I seen, which everybody there, I really truly wanted everybody to feel a part of this scene in the documentary. In the scene for the documentary, and I really wanted everybody to be in it. So something came over me, and I felt that urge to let everybody be a part of it. And when they grabbed the ashes and they went off and did their own thing, or if they spread them right there, or if they put them in their pocket for later, if they wanted to do something on their own, I wanted to give everybody that chance to have a moment of their own. You know, there's a lot of people that spent a lot of time with my grandfather, have done a lot of things for him, and it just felt like the right thing to be involved with.
And is it true that at least one of the guests at the funeral took ashes and mixed it into tattoo ink, and then either tattooed on himself or tattooed on himself and others the word helter skelter with your grandfather's ashes mixed into the ink?
Well, that sounds scary. Like, if somebody would do something like that, I can only pray for them. But I've seen the artwork, and that is exactly what it is. And I heard that my grandfather's ashes were used.
So let me ask you about your relationship. I know that you had had conversations with your grandfather when he was in prison. You were able to write letters back and forth. What were the last words that he said to you?
Well, some of his last words were just to always live free, just to live free, and not to always know your value as a person, as a human. He shared with me a lot of what it meant to be alive, relating to Mother Earth, animals, water, trees, you know, a lot of what we're fighting back against these days with the environment. We're more tuned in, you know. So that's a lot of what my grandfather really wanted me to share and pass on, is to take Mother Earth seriously and try your best to make a difference each and every day.
Let me ask you, Jason, you have decided in order to sort of work with the burden that you live with your identity, to help other people who have been through the trauma of being associated with notorious crime. Can you just tell me a little bit about what your plans are?
Yes, we've created outreach. It's Frontline Warriors Community Outreach, and we work with the youth, and we work in prison ministry also. And we combine God's word with fitness and martial arts, and we blend life skills together, and we just help live life with the next generations coming up. And I remember being young, and I know what I had to go through to get to where I'm at. I think of my grandfather. I think of what he had to go through as a kid to get to where he was, and he didn't go down the right path after so many years. And I really feel that all the experience that I have in life with my ups and downs also, because I fell on my head multiple times and I've always gotten back up. So that's the most important part, is to always get back up. And that's what I want to share is we go around this world one time and everything that I've gained, it's got to have a purpose. It's got to have a direction. And I found my purpose. I found my direction. And I'm thankful that God has given me this platform to share my vision of truly making a difference in our communities around here in Florida, up in Ohio, back where I'm from, and just truly doing life with the next generation and helping them understand what's to come. And that's our focus point, because I just left a youth camp for 4 days, and these young men, a lot of them didn't have a mom or they didn't have a dad, and they have never been introduced to understanding who God is. So this opportunity for these 4 days really opened up my eyes to still understand where I come from, where my father came from, and where his father came from. And it just makes me energized on the inside to know that God is using me for a bigger purpose than what I could ever imagine.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.